Is your crypto market update. It is Friday, May 1st. I can't believe it's May already. Let's talk about it. Bitcoin approaching that $80,000 mark. That is very key resistance, 79, 80,000. If we go higher than that and we retest above 79, 80,000, that's really bullish for the mid to short term in Bitcoin. Now, is that going to happen? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Ethereum staying steady, 21 to 2,400. It's been very steady there for a while. It's been a decently performing asset over the last year, up 22% this year so far. Altcoins mostly flat. Some are green here and there, but when they are green, it's 1, 2, 3%. So not too much going on in the altcoin space, unfortunately. Now, April was pretty good for some of your cryptos, especially the bigger projects. Some of the more speculative stuff has really been getting hit hard. But again, if you want the massive gains, speculative stuff is where it's going to happen. But you also have to understand that the downside could really hurt. Like I always say, IDCA, or stop talking to me, go away. The good part of it is you are seeing some consolidation, right? Retail is still missing. The average retail buyer is non-existent. I mean, this is all institutional based. A lot of this is finding those liquidity pockets, meaning the market makers, they're pushing it up, they're pushing it down. There's a lot of trading happening in this space. People making money, losing money, majority lose in trading. But there's nevertheless billions and billions of dollars being traded back and forth daily in the crypto markets. Even with that said, billions of dollars back and forth, that's actually low trading volume for the crypto markets as well. So retail interest is weak. I would say we are at 2022 levels. We are at prime bear market levels of interest for retail. And unfortunately, what's going to happen for most retail is when the momentum does come back. I think it'll happen after Clarity Act. And I do think we'll get clarity. We'll talk about that today as well. When that does happen, I think retail is going to then come rushing in, and a lot of retail is going to buy the top once again, thinking that this market was never going to come back, and then that was it. That was it. They lost, and it's over, and they don't dollar cost average, but this is all opinionated based on research that you guys can see yourselves, right? What's funny, it's actually not even my opinion, right? You could say it is because I believe this, what is being said is true, but this information I'm getting from numbers, metrics, facts, figures, logic at the end of the day. You got to remember, the big moves that will happen are going to happen before retail gets in. And let me explain that to you guys. So if you're talking about those 5, 10, 20x gains, normally those happen before everybody else gets in, because those people that got those gains, the beginners, the insiders, the people that were there early, right, whatever you want to call it, the people that are buying the blood and the bad times in many of these projects, they're going to get those massive gains. And when retail comes in with billions, they then sell into retail. That's the name of the game. And retail gets pissed off, but well, I mean, how many times has people told you to buy when things are bad and sell when things are good? Why do you do the opposite? Institutions are still driving this market. Bitcoin had its best month in a year, up 12%. ETF inflows and large buyers are supporting price. This is why we're seeing Bitcoin still hold up better than I thought most people thought it was going to do. A lot of people think Bitcoin's going to pull back 70, 80% like it has in the past numerous times. But I think that institutional money is finally here to prop it up. Not saying it can't happen, but probability-wise, I don't think that's what we're going to see. You tell me, look at the numbers, right? At the end of the day, it's all a big guessing game in the short term, though. Long term, it looks like Bitcoin is going to be just fine. Looks like crypto is going to be just fine. We are going to get the Clarity Act, which again, we'll talk about. Remember, smart money is also being active right now. Big money accumulates when retail is not here, and then they sell into retail. I can't say that enough. Macro still controls everything. Fed policy, geopolitics affecting crypto. It's so funny to me how people say, keep politics out of it, Ty. What do you, stop talking about politics? And it's like, well, let's be real, guys. There's certain things happening in the world that were done by our politicians, our president, and we could talk about all the things that led up to where we're at today. But at the end of the day, geopolitics, if you don't know what's going on in the world, it's hard to capitalize on things or understand why things are good or bad, right? So you got to get your hatred away from politics and just use it as a way to justify your craziness. No, I'm just kidding. Justify what's going on in the world with markets. Also, markets are reacting to interest rates. They're reacting to, again, like we just said, global tensions, right? Tech stock, AI, there's so many things happening right now, and crypto is acting as a risk asset. But there comes a time again where risk assets explode. And again, I'm going to say this again, I'll say it all the time. Retail likes to come in when the explosion already happened. As most people, their attention is elsewhere until it's not. And they missed out on some of the largest gains possible in their life. Let's talk about what I think is coming next. And again, I'm basing my information, what I'm telling you today, off of charts, metrics. It's not necessarily my opinion, although I may agree with this stuff, right? You have to go make your own decision. So what's coming next? The bull scenario will kind of give you both. Bitcoin breaks that 80K range, like I said in the beginning of this video. Momentum accelerates. Altcoins finally wake up. Ethereum finally wakes up, right? Clarity Act passes and market starts to move again. And everybody that thought that this was going to be just like the 4-year cycle, they get wiped out because they thought I was going to be able to buy at 40 and 50,000 on Bitcoin, at 1,500 on Ethereum, and altcoins are going to go down another 20, 30, 40, 50%, right? That's the bull case scenario moving forward. Short-term risk, I would say short-term risk, right? That's, I would call the bearish side of it, let's call it, right? We could see another pullback. Bitcoin breaks through 80K, but can't hold support up there and breaks back down, fakes people out, gets people excited, right? Gets people to buy in, looks like it's going to rally, and then we do go into that whole 4-year cycle and we don't bottom for another couple months. Another huge leg down, bringing Bitcoin down to 50, 60K again. That is another possibility. A lot of people are saying that could happen as well. How do I navigate through that? Me personally, regardless, I'm in the market. I'm not thinking for the short term. So if the market doesn't do what I want it to do or what I thought it was going to do, either way, I'm going to be positioned. The real take, and most people are going to miss this, feels like crypto's boring again, right? But what's actually happening is it's loading up for an explosion. When it's boring and it stays boring for a while and it feels like it's dead, every single time it comes back. And this is how I know, and you have to ask yourself this question. This will answer a lot of your questions, your fear, your uncertainty, and your doubt. Is the world going to be using blockchain technology? Are we going to tokenize every asset? Is what BlackRock is saying going to come to fruition? Is what Donald Trump said about our financial system being completely outdated and a new financial system coming actually said that, right? Just last year, by the way. Do you believe that? Do you believe that the old system is broken and we need a new system and blockchain is going to be that system? If so, then again, crypto feels boring, but it validates my point. A quick recap before this video is over. Simple breakdown. Bitcoin still looks strong. It's leading. Ethereum, it's kind of laggy, right? We wish it was doing better, but it hasn't got absolutely nuked. That is a good thing. Institutions are definitely active, more on the building side than the buying and investing side, but that's also happening as well. Retail is completely absent, the regular everyday person, waiting on a catalyst, right? They're waiting on something that's the price to go up to give them confidence, and by that time, they've already missed out on the massive gains. Obviously, crypto isn't exploding yet, and everybody says, well, when is it going to happen? Well, the foundation is being built for the next moves. That's where the Clarity Act comes in. It's going to finally allow the trillions of dollars that many of us think is going to come into crypto actually happen. That's when you're going to see the tokenization of assets, money moving from the old system to the new system once there's clear road, clear regulation. So make sure you guys, if you like this video, slap a comment in here what your favorite crypto is. It'll help my algorithm out. And then click the share button, the like button. Takes 2 seconds. I don't ask much from you guys. Appreciate all of you guys for being here. We'll see you guys soon.